Hey there, dog lovers. You're listening to Wag.Wander.Repeat, the podcast where every tail has a tail and every pup is part of the pack. I'm your host, Frankie, here to celebrate the joy, the mess, the magic, and the mayhem that comes with life alongside our four-legged friends. So grab a leash, a treat, or even just a comfy spot on the couch, and let's dive into today's adventure. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about how you can show your love for your dog through the 5 love languages. I'll explain the different ways you can show you care with ideas for new activities and quality time you can spend together. I'll also be sharing some tips on being able to tell when your pup is nervous, as well as sharing some wholesome dog news. So let's just dive in to hear about the Wags and Wins segment. This episode is where I like to highlight different things that are happening in our world all around the dogs. So, have you guys heard of the rescue dog that is joining the 19 Buddhist monks on the special journey, a 2,300-mile walk across the United States? So, there is a dog and this treasured companion of these monks who aims to spread the message of peace and harmony through their journey. They just recently finished a walk across India and the same goal in mind and are sharing this message of unity, compassion across the United States. Up next, I want to talk about a study from a university where it talks about how dogs know love. So while as a pet parent, it might be obvious to you, new research of dogs' brain activities suggests evidence to back up the claim that dogs know how to love. A group of professors at Emory University trained dogs to lie patiently and allow an MRI scan, which gave them access to testing how a dog's brain reacts to different things, like strong scents, familiar faces, hand signals. Their test concluded that many of us already feel we know dogs do love us, and their brain activity gives us scientific proof of that. All right. There is a 2025 American Humane Society Hero Dog Award. And this just concluded. And the winner was a therapy dog named Sergeant Bo. He was recognized for his work in therapy for the Metro Nashville Police Department, where he offered comfort to countless children and adults in schools. He was notably commended for his efforts and supporting students after a deadly shooting at a school. Sergeant Bo recently celebrated his retirement along his handler. All right, so that's one of the things I wanted to just dive in today and share a little bit about. This episode, we're going to be talking about the love languages of dogs. So as we move on to today's topic, let's talk about how you can show your love for your dog through a popular method people are already using for themselves, and it's called the 5 love languages. If you're not familiar with love languages, it's a way to describe the love you give and receive, and they can be used with anyone you love, friends, family, you name it. So let's go through the love languages as related to your pup. Starting with the big one, that's right off the bat, it's quality time. Of course, right? Quality time. It's probably no secret that your dog loves having your attention and spending time with you. So daily life aside, it's nice to save some extra quality time together. Of course, time spent playing, walking, cuddling, or even watching a movie together counts as quality time. However, to show them how much you care, consider adding in a special extra time on top of your usual. Maybe you can go on a hike this weekend, spend time running errands or visiting a dog-friendly business together. Or maybe you can take your turn into a play date at a park or an indoor dog park. These special experiences are special to your dog too, and they will help both of you have fun and new lasting memories. Okay, who doesn't love a puppy cuddle? So next one that we're going to go over is physical touch. Now, this one might seem easy to you. After all, most dogs love getting pets. However, there's a difference between passing a pet on the back and sitting down to talk to your dog while you pet them for more than a few minutes. To accomplish this, giving them physical touch, you'll want to set aside a few minutes to really give them attention. Why? Because they're craving it and it will help them feel most love. You can also take some time to brush them or even maybe some other grooming habits like nails, ear cleaning, teeth brushing, a bath. It might seem like second nature to you to curl up and cuddle with your dog every night, but it doesn't hurt to be mindful about giving them extra love during the time spent together. After all, we want our pups to know we love them. All right, next one, number 3. Let's talk about gifts. It's always fun getting your dog to watch you light up when you bring them home a treat, a new toy, or a new fun thing like a blanket or bed. And that's what gift giving is about. The happy feeling you both get when you share that gift with your dog, right? And it's easy to accomplish without constant trips to the pet store. Consider making them a new treat or give them a little bit of a human food that's dog safe for them to try. You can also make special treat time more exciting by adding in a fun game or activity, like hiding it for them to sniff out and find or reviewing your tricks with them during the time together. You might also consider gifting them something particular, like a pack that they can wear on hikes or new dog tags that are easy to read. Gifts can be exciting as well as helpful for their care. Speaking of care, that is number 4. Let's chat about acts of service next. Now, acts of service generally means taking action on behalf of someone else. This can mean small gestures like taking your dog out on a short walk or bigger ones like signing them up for a training course. This is a great reminder to ensure your dog is getting all the care they need, including routine vet visits and staying on top of their licensing. To go a bit further in showing them your love through acts of service, consider some acts you can take that would make their day feel more special, like preparing a lick mat, setting up an agility course, or adjusting their crate setting so they feel more comfortable at home. Last but not least, let's talk about the words of affirmation. Words of affirmation are any words used to show that you care. For your dog, that might be good boy or good girl, good job, or just saying their name. Their favorite word in the alphabet or in the English language or any language is their name. But know that either way, your tone also counts with dogs. When you start talking to them in a happy, excited way, they love it. You're sure to get their attention. Dogs also are great at learning phrases. So if you start saying phrases like, well done, yes, amazing, whatever it is that you pick, you can give them additional words of affirmation that will help them grow to love hearing. Try to remember to spend time talking to your dog, even if they don't understand you fully. They will understand the tone and appreciate the attention. This is Wag.Wander.Repeat, and thanks for listening to this segment about doggy love languages. I'd love to help you answer any questions that you have, so please feel free to leave me any thoughts in the comments below and what kind of ways that you show your dog love. Tell me about it. Tell me the fun things that you guys do together. Just today, I've had the joy of, playing fetch with 3 of my 4. We actually only have 3 dogs, but I have a foster with us right now. We walked all 4 dogs. I've cuddled with the puppy for quite a bit. He's the foster. I've also went through some of our doggy stuff, and we have great bow ties on their leashes today. And we have just had a great time together. So, what are you doing with your dogs? What ways are you showing them love? I would love to hear about it. All right, up next, I just want to finish with just a little bit about dog park dispatch. So this section is where I like to just dive into some updates or events, even some things about play. So Dog Park Dispatch. Today, I'd like to talk more about how to tell if your dog doesn't enjoy a new activity. This is kind of fun for me to get into because not all dogs are comfortable with everything. My foster, Max, who is now 16 years old, he did not, as a puppy, did not enjoy going places. Like, loves car rides, loves walks, but he is petrified of going to public places. Taking him to a farmer's market or taking him to outings like that are not something that Max enjoys. So this is inspired by this week's topic as well as last week when we talked about getting our new adventure. Well, how do you tell if your dog isn't feeling the new adventure, right? How do you tell if your dog's just not into it? How do you know if they're feeling nervous or uncomfortable? I'd like to start by saying that when you tell them, you can tell by them acting different than normal. And pet parents can usually tell when you're paying attention to the signs they're giving you. If your dog is feeling nervous, the signs might be subtle, like licking their lips, yawning, pacing, avoiding eye contact. They might be drooling more than normal. Or it may be more noticeable, like whining, trying to hide, panting, tucking their tail, flattening their ears against their head. They might even be trembling and showing the whites of their eyes even more than normal. This kind of behavior is telling us that they are uncomfortable. The best thing to do in these situations may be to try to let them slowly acclimate. If their signs are subtle enough, but you may want to consider getting them out of the uncomfortable situation. If it is discomfort, escalates past that. You can also try again by doing small steps, right? You don't have to just say, oh, they hated it, I'm never going to do it again. You can take baby steps, right? To see if they can get comfortable with it. You can always try again by starting with small steps. Like instead of taking them to a busy park, you can take them through a walk through a different neighborhood that they haven't been to before. Or maybe the same park during its off hours when it's nice and quiet. Try to pay attention to the signs your dog is giving you to better understand what they're feeling. Thanks for the support and joining me today. This is our seventh episode of Wag.Wander.Repeat. So thankful to have your support. I'd love to hear from you. Any questions you have, please send them my way. If you enjoyed today's episode, I'd love for you to subscribe, leave me a review, tell someone about us. We just would love to have a larger audience listening as we share information. So if you got a great dog story, let us know. We are on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube as Wag.Wander.Repeat. Until next time, keep your paws happy and your heart full, and don't forget to Wag.Wander.Repeat.